it is an excellent idea to begin to analyze where our carbon and other greenhouse gases are going and how it's being used. I regret to say again that we're kind of like wrong and diluted almost in terms of what we're trying and proposing to do because we're not really measuring all of the consumption-based emissions. It gets back to the basics from the GHG_protocol. .org, I think it is, that they have two forms of accounting. One is the BASIC, another is the BASIC plus. And perhaps the staff could dig up the image from the previous deputation of the Paris analysis of the greenhouse gas emissions, and it was submitted in an email to you. They also included their air travel. Pearson is a huge contributor. Who's counting that? No, not really anybody. It's beyond our territory, and yet I think between the entire population of Canada uses it. So in terms of gas stove or gas methane versus for cooking versus Pearson, we probably should be focusing on Pearson a bit more somehow. So that's the sort of thing, and we tend to have a little bit of chronic denial. Please, if I could get the overhead to click in. Cars are subsidized, for instance. Our record on making anywhere close to the same degree of user pay for cars versus transit is pretty feeble. To read something, we realize that the public subsidy enjoyed by private automobile amounts to $2,700 per automobile per year, or about 7 times the amount we subsidize public transit. So, in terms of being honest about where we're going, don't do anything now on this, as urgent and as dire as it is, unless you begin to start the counting of the concrete emissions. Concrete has cement in it, and they have to burn limestone to make it, and so it's not just the energies involved in bringing it to the city and placing it, but also you know, the making of it. Old stats from 1967. Can't show it, unfortunately. A cubic yard indicated it was about close to 3 million BTU per cubic yard. Far more than most everything. And again, this isn't new stuff, but so, you know, a set of motions, please. Defer until you're embracing the basic plus and or counting concrete. Ask the federal levels to ensure that good GHG calculations for all infrastructure and all EAs occur. And also ask the federal level to require all cities above 1 million inhabitants to use basic plus with anything. And I don't have the time to talk about the BLISS carbon swaps or bike lane swaps, but sometimes swaps and credits aren't the way to go. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Questions of the deputant? Okay, seeing none, thank you for joining us.